Good day, everyone. Welcome to Direct Stars. Our subject for today is physics, while our topic is nuclear fission. Aim of today's lesson is for you to understand the concept of nuclear fission. Objective of the lesson is for you to know what nuclear fission is, the difference between spontaneous fission and induced fission, what a chain reaction is. Firstly, let's dive into nuclear fission. What does that mean? Nuclear fission is when we have a big atom, a very heavy atom, and this atom, something make this atom to split into smaller atoms. That is what nuclear fission is all about. So there is a lot of energy that's stored within the nucleus of an atom, but this energy can be released in a nuclear reaction such as a fission or a fusion. So nuclear fission is defined as the splitting of a large unstable nucleus into two smaller nuclei. I want you to say it in this way. It's just like imagine having a big watermelon that is an heavy atom, and you throw a small stone at it. Throwing that small stone at it, the small stone serves as the neutron. So this neutron is what really allows this heavy atom to split. So when this watermelon split into maybe two pieces, then we have a smaller atoms. When this breaks into, then we have it splashes energy. So let's go with that. Nuclear fission is a reaction in which the nucleus of a heavy atom splits into two or more smaller nuclei, releasing a very large amount of energy and additionally free neutron in the process. So this is how it looks like. It's just like having these. Okay, so we have these, and after that, there is just a neutron there. So this neutron is trying to find a way to get to the atom there. So having this, now you can see this is the neutron and this is the big atoms. So when these fall into a big atom, then it makes this big atom to splash. Okay, the splashing is the energy released, but this will split into two pieces, which this one and the other one is two. So this we call it a daughter nucleus and another daughter nuclei. So with this, a nuclear fission is a reaction in which the nucleus of an heavy atom splits into two or more smaller nuclei. So during fission, when a neutron collides with an unstable nucleus, then the nucleus splits into two smaller, which are called daughter nuclei. So we have it in this way. Now you can see this is the neutron here. When it collides with this atom here, then it gives out a daughter nuclei and also produce some other neutron too. So a large nuclei can decay by fission to produce smaller nuclei and neutrons with a lot of kinetic energy. Why do we have kinetic energy here? It's just the movement of the neutron to collide with the nucleus itself. So the product of this fission moves away very quickly and energy is being transferred. Then we have another one, we call it spontaneous fission. Spontaneous fission is a type of radioactive decay in which this heavy atomic nucleus split into two or more light nuclei without the need of an external trigger. What does that mean? Yeah, here we have the external trigger, which is coming from the neutron. But in spontaneous fission, when this external nuclei collide with the big atom, yes, it gives out more neutron. It gives out more neutron again with it. Okay, so with that, the smaller nucleus gives out more. Then we have a smaller nucleus here, we have another smaller nucleus, and it gives out neutron, energy, and other neutron. Now this energy is because of the reaction that occurs here. That's what gives birth to the energy. The one we call induced fission. To induce a fission is just like having a fission to occur naturally. When we induce a fission is a process where the nucleus of a heavy atom, such as uranium, split into two or more smaller nuclei upon absorbing a neutron. This reaction releases significant amount of energy and is fundamental. Now having this is the neutron, this is the big atom itself. So without a little impact coming from the neutron, it gives birth to these daughter nuclei with a neutron each. When this neutron can still collide with the daughter nuclei to give another nucleus with neutron each, and this happens like that. So this is what we call induced fission. And we have the last one, which is called chain reaction. So the reaction that occurs here is what we call chain reaction. From these smaller nuclei, collide with the big atom, giving birth to another daughter nuclei, collide with another neutron. All this reaction is what we call chain reaction. So it's a fission event when release several neutrons, which can cause other fissionable nuclei to split too. So this then is produce a chain reaction or fission event. So in a nuclear fission reactor, on average, it's exactly one fission neutron from each fission event goes on to produce more and more fission. So when these also have a neutron collide with it to produce more of this, that is what we call a chain reaction. So that will be the end of today's class. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and like this video. See you in our next class. Bye.